Hi, I'm Gabi. I'm here today to tell you about my phylum, Entoprocta, aka the goblet worms. Welcome to my life. I live mainly in saltwater, but sometimes freshwater environments. I am a part of a sessile phylum, and you can usually find me attached to shells, seaweed, and other ocean animals. Sometimes I even like to live symbiotically attached to sea sponges or in tubes of sandworms. This helps increase my filtration for feeding on fine particles in the water. Entoprocta are most commonly found in colonies, but some of us are solitary. I personally like to fly solo. We have a ring of ciliated tentacles on the top of our form that is connected to a stalk. Our bodies can be globular or flat, but always end in a muscular sucker that keeps us sessile. My body is made up of one layered epithelium with microvilli surrounding it. I am considered to be bilaterally symmetrical. We are filter feeders, using the tentacles at the top of our body to create ciliary bands. This helps us to carry nutrients to our mouths. This is why we typically settle down in areas of the water where downstream currents are typically located, so any food particles can float into our mouths, meaning less work for me. You want to hear a cool fact about me? Unlike other phylums, I do not have any type of excretory, circulatory, or endocrine system. There are more than 150 species of us Entoprocta, spreading across 4 total families. The Loxocolopodidae, Pedicellinidae, and Barrandeidae families are all colonial species, meaning they live in large groups. I am a part of the Loxosomatidae family, who live out solitary lives all by their lonesome. My species reproduces by 2 methods, budding and strictly hermaphroditic reproduction. All species are hermaphroditic, but some utilize a strategy called budding. When we reproduce without budding, a planktotrophic larvae is released near the glandular cells around the frontal organ. This larvae undergoes a retraction of the foot, a constriction of the prototroch, and a reopening of the atrium surrounded by small, new tentacles. Like I mentioned earlier, some of us reproduce by budding. When this happens, a bud is formed near the larval epithelium above the prototroch. The organelles in the bud are fully formed, until the bud detaches from the larval body, which disintegrates. We used to belong to a phylum called Bryozoa, otherwise known as Ectoprocta, because we have a bunch in common. But thank gosh we separated from those Bryozoa because they are so boring. We tend to live in colonies, have U-shaped guts, ciliated tentacles, and similar developments of larvae. We are also both thought to have come from the protostome line of evolution. However, in the 1800s, we were reclassified into a new phyla because of differences in our embryonic cleavage patterns, positioning of the anus, and body cavity types. So technically, we're way cooler. Our exact phylogeny is still being debated in my family, but in addition to Bryozoa, some researchers believe that we belong to a clade consisting of Cycliphora and Platyhelminths. All of these phyla contain at least an endoderm and ectoderm, with tissue and organs, but interesting enough, research from the University of Barcelona suggests that there are no synapomorphies present in this clade, so our similarities may just be a coincidence. Other research conducted further suggests that Entoprocta are closely related to Bryozoa, as well as being closely related to Platyhelminths and Nemertini. Like Bryozoa and Entoprocta, both of these phyla are also bilaterally symmetrical, suggesting that all of these phyla stem from the subkingdom Bilateria. Students from Loyola Marymount University tried to create their own phylogenetic trees for me, and I must say, I'm very flattered. Using a data matrix and 16S gene data, they found that Entoprocta are most closely related to Annelida, Arthropoda, and Mollusca. All of these phyla are bilaterally symmetrical. However, Entoprocta are diploblastic, while the remaining 3 phyla are triploblastic. Anyways, thanks for listening to my story. It's been fun, and I'll catch you in the ocean.